Welcome back, everyone, to the Horror Shed Podcast. I'm your co-host, Jared. With us, we have the one and only South Jersey Jason. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Good. You are lagging.
Am I? Oh my! What is going on? Pennsylvania internet?
I'm telling you. I just set up the
Ah,
Twitch stuff here. How was your day today? How you been? Haven't talked in a while.
I know. I'm loving my new job. I get home by like 5:20 Monday through Friday, so I'm doing good. I'm 5 by 5. Yourself?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Just got done a long week of work. Uh, can't. Well, I mean, we watched Scream, so I can't say I didn't watch anything, but I watched.
Yeah.
I watched all the Rockies again.
Did you?
Yeah.
Speaking of Rocky, I saw the headline. What is on my lip? Sorry. That no. What is on my? It's on my lip. I guess not. Maybe it's a shadow. That Michael B. Jordan is doing a Creed verse for Amazon. So I don't know if it's going to be a TV show or what.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. But we're not here to talk about Creed. We're going to spend part of this episode talking about Monster Mania, and we're going to be talking about Scream 6. So this is going to be spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, you might want to go watch it and then come back to us.
Yep. Turn it off now.
We're also gonna. I got some exciting news. I went to Bloody Disgusting, got some stuff to talk about. Maybe we'll do this every week. I'll peruse Bloody Disgusting each week and compile some notes and everything, and we can talk about this. So let's get into the news. So I believe you've heard about it. It's been the talk of the town since midweek. Guillermo del Toro is working on a Frankenstein,
Yeah.
and so far, Mia Goth, Oscar Isaac, and Andrew Garfield are in early talks to potentially come on board. Right now, he's working on the script, so no formal offers have been given to the actors. The Del Toro has met with all three, and they are on board, but not officially. So this is going to be his own take.
Hmm.
I hope it's not claymation. I hope it's not cartoon. Like, I want a good Frankenstein movie. So I'm assuming Oscar Isaac's going to be the monster. Andrew Garfield will be Victor Frankenstein, and Mia Goth could either play his girlfriend or who knows, maybe Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah. It'll be interesting.
What do you think?
Isn't Oscar Isaac a little small to play Frankenstein though?
Well, Robert De Niro played the monster too.
Yeah. Well, we saw how that turned out.
Yeah, well, that was more faithful to the novel, and
And I didn't hate that movie. I will
I
say
didn't
that
hate
right
it. I just
now.
felt like I know I haven't watched it since it came out. Maybe I'll appreciate it a little bit more. I just remember it being so long.
Fucking Kenneth Branagh or whatever you say his name.
Hmm.
Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So who knows? Maybe this could be the rebirth. I still look like I have something on my lip.
Dude, there's nothing there, bro.
Maybe it's a shadow. Anyhow, all right. Did you see Smile?
I have not yet.
I felt it was overrated. Now it was a box office success. Um, It earned a worldwide $217 million. I wanted to check it out because Kevin Bacon's daughter was the lead, and she's a good actress. I saw her on an Amazon TV show, and she was really good. And unfortunately, the show got canceled, much to a lot of fans. Sorry for the dogs barking. She played a social worker for individuals that had disabilities, and they're living in an apartment complex, like on their own. So she would come in and check on them. Really good TV show, but due to the success of Smile, we're going to get a Smile too. So Parker Finn, who wrote Smile, had just signed on a multi-picture deal with Paramount Pictures, and Smile 2 is one of the films that have been greenlit and is a top priority. Did you see It Follows?
Yes.
It's in the vein of that.
Okay.
Although you're not having sex, you just don't want to smile. It was all right, but I felt like the third act was a little weak and let me down.
Oh, that's modern
So
horror. They let us down.
yeah. All right. You've been around for a while. You've probably played Silent Hill on PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I remember Silent Hill.
Yes, we are live. My wife is here. Hello, Irene. Oh, she's like, yeah. So we did get You're gonna be a floating head. We did get two films. One was okay, the sequel was crap. Oh, I got a timeout. Hold on, folks. Gonna have for dinner. So Silent Hill is actually based off of a ghost town in Pennsylvania, Centralia. Have you heard of Centralia, Jared?
Yes.
Have you ever been?
No.
Ah, it's awesome. It's literally a ghost town. Like if you drive in town when I was there might have been two homes still left, but the fire hall still has the fire trucks in there from like the 70s. It's really cool.
That is cool.
So it looks like they're going to reboot the series. So officially announced late last year, Silent Hill movie director Christoph Gans is returning to the franchise with Return to Silent Hill, a brand new film adaptation of Silent Hill 2. Never played Silent Hill 2 because I didn't beat the first one and I can't um, start a new game without beating the predecessor, even though they're really not linked together.
Yeah.
I'm a completist and it's my OCD. So Deadline reports that Jeremy Irvine from Warhorse and Hannah Emily Anderson from Jigsaw will lead the cast of the upcoming movie with filming to kick off next month. The film will follow James, a man broken after being separated from his one true love, which is Anderson. When a mysterious letter calls him back to Silent Hill in search of her, he finds a once recognizable town transformed by an unknown evil. As James descends deeper into the darkness, he encounters terrifying figures, both familiar and new, and begins to question his own sanity as he struggles to make sense of reality and hold on long enough to save his lost love. Return to Silent Hill is a mythological love story about someone so deeply in love they're willing to go to hell to save someone, said director Gans. I'm delighted to have the wonderful talents of both Jeremy Irvine and Hannah Emily Anderson take us on this journey into a psychological horror world that I hope would both satisfy and surprise fans of Silent Hill. I already got tired just reading that, and I hope I don't get tired watching the movie. So, yeah, I liked the first movie. It was okay. The second one, which was a direct sequel to it, was a snooze fest. I didn't care for it too much. All right. This one really piqued my interest. Are you a fan of Halloween 5?
It was okay. I wasn't mad at it. I mean, what was her name? The black haired chick was a little annoying, but
Oh, Tina.
Tina,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's because they killed off the fan favorite, Rachel.
I
People,
know.
the fans are pissed off. So, like, I like the look of Michael, even though he went from being a scrawny guy to Don Shanks, very muscular, and the mask sort of transformed too. I like Tina. I liked her in that witch outfit she was wearing.
Yeah.
But so now we have this coming out soon. You can now watch Halloween 5 at the actual Myers house in Salt Lake City this summer. So the Myers house went from a two-story regular house to like this Victorian looking house in part 5. So Kenny Caperton of Onset Cinema, who does the movie nights on location, like at the Conjuring house, the Myers house in North Carolina. So Onset Cinema is an ongoing film series that presents movie screenings of cult favorites and horror classics at their actual filming locations. And one of this year's events will be taking place in Salt Lake City, Utah. The Onset Cinema team is hosting a special screening tour and overnight stays at the actual Myers house from Halloween 5. The event will be taking place on Friday, August 25th. This is the first time fans have ever had the opportunity to visit this house, Caperton tells Bloody Disgusting. This is the location where Dr. Loomis and Jamie Lloyd face off with Michael Myers during the movie's climactic ending. Fans will have a complete guided tour of the property grounds, as well as a look inside the house. You'll be able to see where Loomis confronts Michael Myers on the staircase and gets slashed, stand exactly where Loomis uses Jamie as bait and traps Michael in the chain net, stare up at the turret where Michael hangs Deputy Charlie from the window, and more. Kenny teases there will be Halloween music playing, trick or treat candy, the property house tour, and an outdoor screening of Halloween 5 in the front yard. The property is small, so tickets to this event are very limited. All right. And if that's not enough for you, 7 fans have the incredible opportunity to spend the night inside the house for the ultimate experience. There will be pizza, drinks, board games, and of course, a horror-thon with more movies playing late into the night.
Hmm.
I would actually like to go to one of those things.
That'd be fun. It would be a
I
good
could,
time.
I could see you doing like the movie at the Conjuring house.
Oh
From
yeah,
the movie.
definitely.
Yeah. All right. This one we were actually talking about last week about Thanksgiving, which was a Fox movie trailer that Eli Roth had made when the Planet Terror Death Proof movies come out. So 16 years after Grindhouse, filming on Eli Roth's slasher has begun. It's only March, but Eli Roth is already celebrating Thanksgiving this month, with Sony taking to social media today to announce that filming on the slasher is now underway. The film, an expansion of Roth's Fox trailer seen in Grindhouse, will be released in theaters worldwide by TriStar Pictures and Spyglass Media. Addison Rae will star alongside Patrick Dempsey, Jalen Thomas Brooks, Milo Manheim, and Neil Verlaag in the feature-length slasher. Gina Gershon, Tim Dillon, and Rick Hoffman will also star. Roth wrote the script with Jeff Rendell. Roger Brimbaum and Eli Roth are producing. Deadline reminds the Thanksgiving trailer presented a gory teaser about a pseudo movie in which a slasher makes his own carving board out of the inhabitants of a Massachusetts town that makes a big annual fuss over the annual Turkey Day. One of the pivotal scenes involved Roth himself separated his head while in the throes of passion with a date in a convertible. It was popular enough that plans formulated to make a feature-length bloodfest with Roth at the helm, but 15 years has passed since the original Grindhouse release, and you could be forgiven for thinking that Thanksgiving was never coming. So we know it's going to be a bloodbath. It's Eli Roth.
It's headlining Addison Rae.
Who is that?
It's a TikTok girl. She
I don't
does
know.
when TikTok first came out, she was real big on it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what we're doing. Cool. Hey,
Well,
maybe she's killed in the
maybe,
first 5 minutes.
and the budget's going towards special effects. You know.
Uh,
I guess you can be well if you go on Cameo, like or every once in a while if I'm bored, I'll see like what celebrities are on there. I'm sorry, but TikTok and YouTube doesn't con what's the word I'm looking for? Constitute as a celebrity.
yeah, until you hit
You
like
know?
Mr. Beast level, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get into the TV segment. So this one kind of piqued my interest because it was under the TV section of the news, but I don't know. The article was very vague if it's going to be TV or because it's Amazon Prime, could it be a movie? But Poltergeist, Amazon reportedly looking to revive the franchise. We are now nearly 10 years removed from the most recent installment in the Poltergeist franchise. Yeah, it was horse dookie. With the
My thing with that movie was it was a good movie if it was
Mhm.
something else.
Yeah,
Like this
I
is
like
your
saying
take on Poltergeist, but it was a good movie. Like I like the actors, I like the FX, I like the story, but it's not fucking Poltergeist. Call it something else. Call it
yeah,
Haunted House One.
I really liked Sam Rockwell
Yeah,
or Rockwell, I think it is. He's a great actor. He was great. Anything he's in, I'll watch because he's got different like he's good for everything. You know, he was actually nominated for an Oscar for like it was the movie about the three billboards, and he played a like a sheriff's deputy, and his character was so evil in that movie. He was so good, and I believe he won the Oscar that year for it. Um, all right, so the last movie we got was 2015. That film failed to make a splash of any kind, coming along in the wake of two sequels and a four-season TV series. The TV series, like I was hard Poltergeist: The Legacy. I just remember like it was like syndication, late 90s. I believe Undertaker was in an episode. So what's going on with the Poltergeist franchise? Amazon, you may recall, recently required MGM, and it looks like Amazon is interested in bringing the horror franchise back to life. Well, you know what? I'm happy Amazon picked it up and not Blumhouse.
yeah.
During this week's episode of The Hot Mic, co-hosted by Joe Roca, reliable entertainment journalist Jeff Snyder shared what he has heard about Amazon for Poltergeist, naming the franchise as one of several MGM properties that Amazon is looking to prioritize. Snyder knows that Poltergeist situation is complicated by the fact that Spielberg would likely need to be involved. Spielberg, of course, produced the original 1982 horror classic. Well, he also directed it too.
Mhm.
All this stuff is so up in the air. Snyder makes sure to note Amazon is still figuring things out. What we have here in MGM, what do we have here in MGM? What do we want to do with it? And how do we want to do it?
Be interesting. Is there a
Yeah,
Poltergeist 1, 2, and 3 Blu-ray set?
there might be. Although like I wouldn't want to get the third one, I would just get the first two.
I didn't mind 3.
It was something different. I like Tom Skerritt. The guy that played Kane, oh,
Yeah.
that makeup was
But he's
horrible.
not in it that much. It's more like the building effects that were really cool.
Yeah, yeah. It was like some of the stuff because everything was like mirrors in there. So like the crack going up or down like the whole mirror like down the elevator, your mirror self looking at you as you're walking away. The when they were in the parking lot and the puddle like
Hmm.
turns into something that was cool. And then it Tom Skerritt and Nancy Allen are in the parking lot and it's like a frozen tundra.
Yeah.
It was cool up until Kane was like driving a car. So,
Yeah,
all
what are you gonna
right.
do?
I love a good horror video game, and we just like the movies, we don't really get good horror games lately. Like I think the one series I like playing is The Evil Within, which is on PlayStation 4. But other than that, I remember the one true horror video game that scared me when I first played it was the original Resident Evil.
Hmm. There's fucking dogs jumping through the window.
Yes, yes. So, as you may know, we are getting a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game, which is produced by Gun Interactive, which gave us Friday the 13th, which was great when it first came out. And then they had to shut it down because of the lawsuit. We also got an Aliens Predator game, two different ones. And one was a Predator, one was an Alien. We are getting Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And a new trailer for the video game dropped, I believe, this morning or late last night. So it's announced for August 18th. Gun Interactive President and CEO Wes Kelchner reaction on Twitter says it all. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game, finally has a release date of August 18th. Not only that, but there's a new trailer, which I had just mentioned. It's out on IGN, but you can find it on YouTube, alongside an announcement of technical test on May 25th. Details on the technical test are yet to be revealed, but there's a good chance that both PC and consoles will be involved. As for the trailer, it's a short but sweet affair as family members slice and dice victims in appropriately bloody fashion, culminating in a short clip of Leatherface delivering a coup de grace on one unfortunate soul. The trailer ends on a shot of the family portrait that recreates the famous photo of the family sitting on the porch, and it will be available on PS4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and PC by Steam and Xbox Game Pass. Now, in the vein of all the other games that Gun has done, it's going to be online. I'm hoping there's going to be a storyline campaign because they got a lot of great voice talent in this. So, but regardless, I'm going to get it. The one thing I had to say about the trailer, the Leatherface family, they look too clean.
Yeah.
They didn't look dirty, but I saw the hitchhiker, man, like they nailed like his look and everything. But Dave Brown and I were talking about it earlier, and he's like, they need to be dirtier. But other than that, it looked good.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, some of those multiplayer. I wish we had a story horror game. Make up a new
Yeah,
story. Star Wars has done it since video games dropped. You can
yeah.
create a plethora of content without 10-minute little battles between four people.
The only thing is there enough for like a horror Like I could see it in like a Nightmare on Elm Street video game, because you're in a dream world. I could see stuff like that. But for Friday the 13th or Texas Chainsaw or Halloween, is there enough to make a campaign, you
You can go
think?
wherever you want. You can do whatever you want with it. You can make your own new Halloween movie right on the PC. I
Hey,
mean,
you can even have Corey as a downloadable player.
we got new Jedi popping up all the time here. I
Yeah,
mean, the dude from Gotham and Shameless is now a Jedi. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
who
Did you
knows?
play that game?
Uh, I really liked it, but I'm not like adventure games are fun, but I hate having to make my way back to the ship. That drove me nuts.
Mm,
Like you do
okay.
all that to get there. Just get me back to the ship. Like
Right, right.
I'm not going all the way. Like I'm not in it for the trek. I'm in it for the
Yeah.
story. You know what I mean?
Right, 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 right.
So that's when
Yeah,
I gave up on it.
right. Now you shared something earlier, Trans World. You want to talk about
Oh,
that?
huge news on the other side of the podcast. I was one of the first social media outlets to post it, so I was
Nice.
pretty excited about that. Transworld is coming to Philly, and for those of you that don't know what Transworld is, It is the biggest haunt convention in the country.
Oh, it's not about transvestites.
No, it's not about
Oh,
transvestites.
okay.
I mean, there probably are
But I'm
some there because haunted. They're
why do they call it Trans World? That's a
yeah,
weird
no
for
idea.
a haunt.
I'd have
Okay.
to get back to you on that. I don't. I was told once, but I don't remember. But yeah, it's big business. They have it usually once a year in St. Louis, Missouri. They just told us we're getting an East Coast Trans World coming to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
So that means there'll be like two then, like one in Missouri and one in Philly, or they
Yeah, I think
changing.
that's what they're doing. I think they're going to go with the.
Nice.
I think they're going to keep the Feb because it used to be March was Trans World, but they were working on the center in St. Louis, so they had it in February. So I'm thinking maybe they liked how February worked because then they could do February and then April. But I
Okay.
mean, it's where all the haunts find their stuff. We talk to each other, classes. It's huge. Like there's
Now,
constantly millions of dollars trading hands at Transworld.
now, would you go as a vendor or a
Nah,
spectator?
I'll go as press.
Okay.
I'll try to get a press pass and do interviews with the because they'll set up full displays. Man, I'll shoot you a video
Mm.
of what it looks like. It's insanity. Like they put up full haunted houses in there. They put
Oh
up
wow.
full haunted house props, everything. Like it's people think convention, you think like people getting together talking, but nah, this is
It's a
big
more
deals.
business, like
Yeah,
a more business. Now, will there be Tumblr vendors there?
probably. There'll probably be a couple. I don't think so though, because the vendor table's kind of steep because
Okay.
of what they're trying to get,
Hmm.
and it for the amount of money you're gonna make. I mean, I think they were called Immortal Mask. They brought like $1.5 million in inventory, and they sold a lot of it.
Wow.
I mean, they
Wow.
had like 6 tables, so they spent like 10 grand to be there.
Right. Wow. 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 So that was, yeah, so let me know if you go. If it's relatively near us, I wouldn't mind going, buying a day pass and
Yeah,
checking it out.
it's once in a lifetime. I never made it to the St. Louis one, and that when that popped up, I had to keep reading because I know I read Philadelphia. But I was like, no. And I kept reading. I'm like, yeah.
Well, that's really good for, especially for your other venture,
Oh yeah.
Halloween Haunts 365. That will really help you network and get out there. That's
Oh,
awesome.
we also became official members of the Haunted Attraction Association today.
Nice. Good for you.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
we joined that, which I've
So
been
do
meaning to
you
do, but just never
so
did.
now you can put that logo on your brand, right?
Yep, it's already on my website.
Oh, there you go. We need to find if there's a horror podcast association out there,
Yeah, we'll look for it.
All right, well, speaking of vendor tumblers, we're
Mm.
gonna switch gears now
All right, so
and
we're
talk
gonna
about
do Monster
Monster
Mania
Mania.
first. Okay, I got good points and I got bad points to this.
Okay.
Good time, had fun, huge crowd, big turnout, which is very normal for Monster Mania in Cherry Hill.
How was the parking? How did you
We
handle the
got there
parking?
early enough, parked instantly.
Were you in the main parking lot?
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay. What time did you get there?
we got there at 8.
Okay. I'm surprised it wasn't filled out that time.
Maybe it was 7:30. No, I think it was. I think we got there at 8 because our photo op was at 11:30, and I knew we
Mm-hmm.
had the early access for 9. And there's a lot of cool vendors, but you can knock it out in an hour.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let's get the vendors done, find out where Charlie's gonna be, and then we'll hit the road once we're done Charlie.
Yeah. So let's tell the watchers and listeners why you went to Monster Mania. Who is Charlie?
Charlie Hunnam, Jax Teller from Sons of Anarchy is one of my
Mm,
wife's bucket lists to meet. So as soon as I saw he was coming, I bought her a photo op.
nice.
Photo op ran really smooth.
Mm-hmm.
It was just mainly me being done being there that I wanted to just like, let's go.
Right.
But
Yeah.
how they work the photo op is dumb in this location. So when you walk into Monster Mania, you have the hallway, and then you do a big loop for all the vendors. In the middle of that big loop is the photo op room. They have the line for the photo op in front of all the vendors when the other side with the same fucking doors is empty. There's no vendor there. Why the fuck would you not make that the entrance? So I read some of the things. I heard a lot of bitching going on. If I was Fright Rags, I'd demand a refund right fucking now.
Because they were blocking their table.
The whole table.
Right?
The whole table.
Mm.
And that was the designated line. After session A, they tried starting it out there, but you have two entrances. Flip the fucking booth around. What are you
Right.
doing?
Yeah. Now I know in years past when they did pro photo ops, I believe it was like they had like a room on the second floor to do
Oh
that.
no, we this was in the middle of that center room. That was the photo op room.
And that's why one of the reasons I don't go to Cherry Hill location anymore for reasons like that. It's stupid. He crams as many people as he can get in there.
Yeah,
The vendors, I talked to some vendors, and while they make a lot of money, they don't like it because they're just elbow to elbow with other vendors. There's
yeah,
like no room. The Oaks, PA, ideal location, the one huge room. They have all the talent, and then in the corner they have the pro photo ops, and there's plenty of room for everything. Vendors have their own room.
yep. And even some of the vendors are cut off. Like, are you
Right.
the shitty vendors that get stuck out in that other place that you don't even know is there? I know
Which
it's
place is
there.
that? The one at the front
Yeah, by
entrance?
the coffee shop.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You could put you if you don't because all the lines going for the main vendors.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know about that room, which I did know about it just because I was there before, so anyone
Yeah.
that's never been there before has no idea what's in that fucking room.
Do they
Dumb.
still have do they still have the one vendor room? Like if you're walking to the main ballroom, it's off to your left.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
But that
And
that you could see,
yeah,
because
yeah.
but how they did the photo ops was just very unnerving because when you first walked in, you scan your badge or whatever, there's no vendors for about 200 feet.
Oh wow.
Why isn't that your line for the photo op when it goes
Right,
into the
right.
same room?
You know what? And it very well could have been, but I'm sorry. The majority of their volunteers don't get the guidance by who's
No, because
ever.
they brought the sign out that has the times on it
Mhm.
to the one in front of the vendors. So this was just it was is
So, and Fright Racks is probably paying about $800 for a table, and
yeah.
how much business they probably
For
lost because
that
of
for
that.
those 3 sessions, they probably didn't make a single sale.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I mean,
We should get Fright Rags on there and talk about
we should.
it.
I mean, my heart goes out to them. I know it's a pain in the ass to do, but that was ridiculous.
Right,
You have access on the other side that's not full of vendors, and you can have the line go out to the lobby and not interfere with any of the vendors, and have them
right,
exit into fucking vendors.
right. Yeah.
Like I'm
Now,
not the smartest dude. Like yeah, I'm an engineer, but it didn't take the fucking lead cashier at Walmart for me to figure that out.
now speaking of vendors, one of the things you had said was price gouging.
Oh
Like
my
some,
god.
yeah.
Some were cool. Like some had I should have got them. I kind of wish I got them. They were only $10. They were reproductions of press releases for movies.
That's cool.
So they were, just recopies or whatever. And she was selling like 1 for 10 or 3 for 20. I mean, good deal.
Yeah,
It'll look cool on the wall. You know what I mean?
yeah, 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 yeah.
And she was selling little stills of them. They're all fake. They're all
Mhm.
reproduction,
Yeah,
but they're
yeah, yeah.
fun. They're something different.
Hmm.
She was awesome priced. This dude made a diorama the size of a shoebox with a Freddy action figure and a boiler room and wanted $380.
I think I know who you're talking about too.
What?
Yeah.
It's the same one that's selling this guy for 500. I
Wow.
got him for 200. You need to calm the fuck down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it was give or take. Some were really crazy, some weren't. Those dioramas blew me. That Get the fuck out of here.
I love this one vendor. I see him at Monster Mania. I don't know if I think I might have seen it at NJ. He's called Curious Goods, and he does like shadow boxes.
He was
And
there, and
yeah,
that was a little. I
some of his stuff is a little higher, but like I follow him on Instagram, and some of the stuff he sells, like he'll showcase on Instagram,
yeah,
is like reasonable price, But
they weren't
I
bad.
do
I think they were 70,
that's not
which
bad. Yeah.
they all are metal. So I mean, metal costs money. So I
Yeah.
was cool at 70, but the glass he has on him is too dark.
Mm.
It's kind of hard to see. Like you wouldn't be able to see. It would be just like a black box behind me.
Yeah. My favorite shadow box is one my friend's husband made me. It was a surprise birthday gift, and it was um in a black shadow box, and it was a Jason figure for Final Chapter, and he put a red LED lights in it with the switch on the outside, and I flick it on. One of the coolest things I've ever gotten. But I get,
You're trying to make money, and that's fine. But like, even the artists weren't gouging. Like,
right.
the real colorful prints. I forget the dude's name. He's really talented, but he does like the real colorful, like Freddy. Like the backgrounds, like all like
Is it like the one I got you, like that guy?
it wasn't that guy, but it was close to that
Okay.
guy. But it was just like
Okay.
highly detailed paintings with bright colors, like kind of
Hmm.
like neon yellow, neon greens and
Okay.
stuff. He only wanted like 25 for the big prints, and this is all
So like
shitty.
a
Oh,
like 11 by
11, yeah,
17.
11 by 17.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean,
I've my
they
thing
were
is
beautiful. I just
right.
he didn't the Freddy he had I didn't like, but I liked some of the other stuff.
Yeah. Now I'm taking it and talking with you. There's a lot of tumblers for
There's
sale.
a lot of tumblers, and there's a lot of vendors that are vending the same thing, especially when it comes to tumblers. Listen,
Yeah.
every everyone in America has a Cricut right now, and they're printing tumblers. Join our Tumblr business. Stop. We don't need it. Come up with something
Right.
else, and
Yeah.
vet the vendors a little more because you're having duplicates. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Now let's talk about your wife and leading up to Charlie Hunman. Was she getting the
Oh,
butterflies in the
she was
stomach?
getting nervous when they finally called session A. We're in line. I'm like, yeah, all right. She's like, yeah, no, yeah, no. I'm like, all right. So I didn't even go back with her. I just took her purse and made a left.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
she came out. She cried. Apparently, he hugged her, said thank you for coming. Then they squeezed her real tight for the picture, and you could see her.
Oh, she had a big grin on there.
she's
I
like
mean,
purple.
did
And
she say
then
what he smelled like? Did he smell like
she said
honey?
she didn't notice.
Okay.
So I guess she's like, and then he thanked me for coming again, darling. And so he used the British accent to begin with, and then the American accent after.
She was melting like butter.
Oh my god, it's just. But she said he was really nice, and it was really cool, and it was cool because I saw Emilio Alvarez from the show.
Emilio.
He was leaving, and
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
gave him
yeah,
like
yeah.
a head nod, and he was like, and then he said bye to everyone, and then looked back at me and like
Nice.
this because I was somebody.
Now, did you walk like the ballroom where the artists were just to get a layout, even though you weren't getting any
No, we didn't
autographs?
even go back there. There was a giant
Oh.
line back there, and I wasn't sure if it was for Rose, which I was hearing it was for, or if it was just to get back there in general. So I didn't even deal with it.
I bet not. It was from Rose. It's probably freaking David Howard
No, he
Thornton.
was in a different room.
Oh, was
He
he?
was in that main right room before the
Okay,
restaurant.
okay. So they must have put all the
They all
Terrifier
had all
guys.
a
Yeah,
Terrifier in there. So
yeah.
yeah, I heard the line was for Rose for that, and then
I'm sorry, Rose, and I don't know why when you are a beautiful person, you have to do work on your face.
uh, I don't know.
I mean, 'cause she was so. I mean, come on. 'Cause she was Tatum or
Yeah,
whatever in
Tatum.
Scream.
Hmm.
Beautiful. It was cold when she had to go get the beer. Beautiful, beautiful. And it's just like, I guess it's that Hollywood pressure. You have to inject yourself
I
and.
guess, man. But yeah, I mean,
Mm.
but then there's others that do it fine. Like, I don't know. Laura Dern looks fine. from Jurassic
You
Park.
think she's got work done?
No, I don't think so.
Oh yeah, she's aged
Yeah.
gracefully.
Hmm.
You know who I think's a vampire though? Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah,
If you ever
it's
seen her Instagram,
ridiculous. Yeah,
she looks, I think, better now than she did when like Underworld came out.
yeah.
Like the woman, she has a daughter, and I can't tell who's
I
who.
know and I don't think it's makeup because I've seen a couple of clips of her in like robes and stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah,
wow.
yep. I mean, that's one of Pete Davidson's conquests. So, so overall, if you weren't, if there wasn't a big headliner for like your wife, would you attend Monster Mania?
I would go early.
Hmm.
I would get that Saturday or go Sunday because I know the crowds are a lot less on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday's usually like if I would go to conventions on a Sunday. One, it's not as busy, and two, the vendors they're selling things for a little cheaper because they don't want to haul the stuff away.
And it's cheaper to get in. It's only like
Yeah,
25 bucks on Sunday. So I
right.
would stick to Sundays if I'm not going for like Freddy.
Hmm. Right, right. Um, so that being said, NJ HorrorCon will be the weekend following when this comes out on Monday.
Yep.
So the 24th, 25th, and 26th. I will be going on the 25th. Not with my wife. She's giving me full reign because she doesn't want to deal with anything. She's like, just go have fun. So I'm meeting up with two of my oldest and dearest friends. She's going to meet Eric Roberts, Mr. I have 755 movie titles to my name. And my one friend Jim, her Gracie's husband, he's going to support her as you were, but he also wants to go and meet the Grim Life duo. He enjoys their
I
videos.
love their videos, but what I don't like is I sent them a tweet, a little quick little
Mhm.
DM one time. Hey, love to have you for an interview. We both do haunted attractions. Love to see your take on things. That's all I said. Instantly blocked. Why?
Yeah,
I didn't text you 17 times. I texted you
right.
once. And then I let it sit there. And then I was just on Twitter. And then I'm looking, I go to message and it says you can no longer message this person. You know what? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that was very disheartening when you told me that. And also what I've noticed, I get you, you're very popular, but there is no interaction when they make a post.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No.
Like they don't talk to the fans at all. I'm kind of curious to see how they are in person. Because I like filming location stuff and
Yeah.
like Mike, I think is his name, is very knowledgeable of stuff. He knows his
He does
stuff.
his homework before he heads out there.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like if it wasn't for people like you and me, you wouldn't be where you're at,
Right. And
you know?
like if you're busy, I'm busy. There's times I can't answer every message. We're running two podcasts. One's older, so it's kind of up, and I get messages all the time. You know
Hmm.
what? I've not blocked one fucking person.
Yep.
To just instantly block, like, just don't answer. It's that
Yeah.
fucking easy. You don't have to answer. That's fine.
Right.
But to instantly block, have fun. I'm done watching your shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's disheartening because like I said, like I don't watch their videos all the time. I'll watch it like if I'm bored and I can't fall asleep.
Yeah.
There was a time where I would watch religiously when a new video came
Oh,
out,
me,
but
dude, I would let them all queue up here when I was working on videos or, doing work. But now I'm just like, you know what? Me and, Sean become friends through his YouTube channel. So I'm going to continue watching Sean. I
there you
love his
go.
podcast. Check it out. The Thing with Two Heads. Some are very long, but that fits me because I have a
Hmm.
lot of long drives.
Yeah,
Like that
yeah,
Tom
yeah.
Savini one was 3 hours. And
Holy crap.
but you know what? It was nonstop interesting. Between
That's
the
good.
conversation between them two, a lot of people send him stuff. They've both been involved in so many damn movies that there's always a
Hmm.
story. Then they have that little get out of my yard segment with things that are annoying them, and it's stuff that's
Okay.
annoying us too. And then they get Tom Savini on, and how is that not going to be fucking interesting?
Right, right.
So it
Yeah,
kept
that is
my
good.
interest, and it made my 3.5 hour drive from PA so much nicer.
Nice, very nice, very
So,
nice.
like, some of them are long, and I get it. There's very few people in a car as long as I am, but for me, it fits, and I like the way that dude is. So
Yeah.
he'll get my attention
Um,
over them now.
Yeah, and if if you don't know, we're talking about Sean Clark, who he's a booking agent on the West Coast, and he's got a great roster,
Yeah,
actually, like a really good roster. And he also does, if you own like any Shout Factory DVD movies, primarily a lot because he loves John Carpenter. He does a lot of Carpenter. It's called Hallowed Horror Grounds.
yeah.
So, and there you can find them on YouTube as well. And he's got his collection is sick,
It's
sick.
got to be easily like top 3 in the country. It really
Yeah,
does for the like he doesn't have what we have. He's got oh this was the Poltergeist fucking
clown.
clown. He's got it like the real one.
Here's every Halloween Michael Myers mask in the movies.
Yeah,
Like
uh-huh.
if it's not the hero, it's the stunt one.
And he has the original. I was watching the special. He bought the original mask that they turned into the Michael Myers mask. So
Oh, the William Shatner
he
one,
has the original William Shatner one.
not the like a William Shatner mask, but not
Yeah,
like the one from the movie.
yeah,
'Cause that one's like the
the
Tyrion.
one that they transformed into it.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but check those guys out. Like I said, I like the Grim Life. It's cool they're coming, but I'm done.
Yeah, I think they're charging like $60 for photo ops, professional photo ops.
They got a decent following, but they ain't up there for that. Like,
Yeah. I don't know what their autograph price is because they haven't actually no, they did release that. I have to go on
but what are you gonna do with the Grim Life autograph? What are you gonna put it on? There's no pops or anything. Like, you gonna have a
I mean,
picture
that's
of
like me as a cosplayer charging money to sign an autograph picture of me,
it's the same thing. It'd be like
Yeah.
us charging for podcast episodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh well. All right.
We got one last horse to tackle. So, like we said in the beginning, if you do not want spoilers, we're not going to try and spill it all, but shit's going to slip. I know that now. Thanks for coming. I will see you next week. For the rest of you, let's get in the Scream 6. I have a trailer. I'm not going to play that Monster Mania footage. It's too fucking shaky.
Okay.
But let's do the trailer.
Please help me. Just down here. Hold on.
Line here, girl.
Can you...
You got a problem here, guy?
I had this secret. There's a darkness inside of me. It followed me here. And it's gonna keep coming for us. We share a certain history. This isn't like any other ghost face.
What is this place?
A shrine. We've got to lure him in. We execute him.
Hello.
Let's play a game.
You know you're like the 10th guy to try this, right? It never works out for the dipshit in the mask.
Maybe. But there's never been one like me, Gail. I'm something different.
That's why I'm gonna shoot you in the head.
You want me. So let's finish this.
surprise?
All right, so that was the extended trailer for Scream 6. Let's go.
All right. So, what were your thoughts going in?
I'm going to do my positives, and then we'll hop into the negatives, I guess. I liked the opening scene because it was very different.
Yeah,
Kind of a different twist.
I was like, holy crap, that's Flash Thompson from the new Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, so that was kind of quick, and you're kind of left like, what the fuck? It was kind of like the Friday the 13th remake, when you're like, you're eating probably, we're done? They're all dead?
I liked how they used a dating app to lure the teacher.
Yes, very different.
Something different. And the teacher was Samara Weaving, who she was in a few movies I did like. She was, let me just pull her thing up real quick. She was in The Babysitter. She was in Ready or Not, I believe it was called.
Yes.
Yeah, Ready or Not, which was a fun film. The Babysitter.
I loved The Babysitter.
The second one I didn't care for too much.
I liked it. I thought
it didn't have, I don't know, it just wasn't as good as the first one.
No, nothing really will. But I mean, Jenna Ortega in that was fucking hilarious. She had me dying.
Jenna Ortega was in A Babysitter?
Yeah.
What, the second one?
Yeah,
right?
the second one.
Oh, I gotta go back and watch it. I don't
She's
remember.
the girl interest.
Oh, okay.
Look at you, see, you didn't know her then.
Yeah, so it starts off, she's in a restaurant and the guy's like, oh, I'm lost. And she feels like she's maybe getting stood up. And, he lures her into an alley and automatically she is gutted like a pig.
Yep. Instantly. And then instantly the mask comes off. I'm like, what the fuck?
I know. I was like, something's got to be up. Are we watching another stab movie?
Right. That's what I thought too. We were going to come back to like how Scream 4 did, where they're sitting on the couch over and over and over again.
Yeah. They did the reveal. I'm like, this something's going to happen.
Yeah.
And he goes back home. Well, when he's going back home, he bumps into Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
And you can tell he's crushing on her and she doesn't want anything to do with him. And then you find out like he how do we find out? Was him and this other guy was plotting something like kill. So are they in a cult? Are they copycats? Like what's going on?
Yeah, what are they doing? Like
yeah, and then he gets I think it was a text message or a phone call from his friend, or a phone call from his friend.
Call.
And then he finds a friend's head in the fridge. That's like Friday 13th Part 2 right there.
And there are a lot of tropes. The knife going against the steel pipe. Reminiscent of our boy.
Yeah.
So a lot of good tropes. There's a last podcast
I saw that.
You see that poster up there? Yeah, pretty cool.
I was like, I wonder if they had to pay the guys royalties to have that on there.
Probably. I don't even want to know what those guys make.
They got like a team of people working for them.
Oh yeah.
I think the team does all the investigations.
I don't think they do, because they know way too much and they're quick with it. So I think the one dude that talks mainly, he does a lot of the research himself. Where he's very fucking good at just going, all right, got it.
I would love to see them like one of their live shows. Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
They crack me up.
Yeah, so we find out that Jenna Ortega and her sister and their two best friends all moved to New York.
They're going to NYU or
like,
Stratford College or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah. What did you think of the twins? Like, what's your take on the twins?
I think I liked him more this and her less this movie.
I feel like they're making him the new Dewey, always getting stabbed but not dying.
Yeah, but he's entertaining, so I'm cool with these two. The two of them, the fighting and the bickering, very funny.
Yeah, I felt again it was over the top with this twin sister, like. It's over the top with, I got it wrong. This is the ending. This is how it's supposed to be. Like, it was too much.
Yeah.
For the sequel or whatever. I felt there's really good chemistry between the brother and Jenna Ortega. Like he's watching out for her, but then you find out like they do like each
Yeah,
other. Um, so I had a funny feeling about the roommate. I forget her name, the redhead.
yeah.
Like something's off. Dermot Mulroney as the cop, he's a great actor, but I felt his dialogue was horseshit
Yeah.
and he was overacting.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of good things I liked. Like, I had fun watching the movie. I'll tell you that. Like, the whole scene in the barrio with the shotgun, that was
That was
different.
my favorite scene of the movie.
Yeah.
I liked that. And I liked the look of the original mask. How it was,
Yes.
like, old. Like that was really
But how much did that look like the fucking Halloween Kills mask?
true.
You know what I mean? That's where I was just like, you could have used a different color or something, make it look old a different way. But
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool seeing the shrine. The shrine was definitely cool.
That was really great. The Killer's Lair. I like that they had artifacts from like every kill or movie and every costume and like the DNA. That was something cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this better be Stu. Come on, bring back Stu.
I think we were all hoping for Stu.
Yeah, well, I would have liked anything other than a shitty reveal we got, which
Ugh.
I'm sorry, it's the same thing. I mean, they're basically picking up from the Scream 5. Basically, now it's going to revolve. Basically, the motives are going to be from anything to do from 5 on.
Yeah, and that's just weak because it's weak. You can write
poor.
it better. There's different angles you could take. You could have made this more fun.
For a second, I was thinking it was Kirby. For a second,
Yeah.
because when the cop was like, she was fired from the academy like a year ago.
Well,
she
that's
didn't let
that
it go.
Wes Craven red herring thrown in there.
Yeah, yeah. And let's talk about Kirby. I was kind of like this until she came on. Hayden, you're looking good, but I'm sorry. Like Courtney Cox's character said, making fun of her being an FBI agent because she's like too young.
Yeah.
I can see
it was tough to believe.
I can see her being more like her character being more like a therapist for
Yeah.
traumatic experiences. She doesn't. I mean, I'm sorry if every FBI agent looked like that. I'm gonna be trying to get on the 10 most wanted list.
We'd have a lot more money because there'd be a lot more sales coming through.
But yeah, that lair reveal was really cool. The subway scene was kind of I liked the subway scene, like when it was getting dark and then light and it was getting closer to you. But I just felt overall like
I'm at 3. I wanted to go 4 because I really love Sam in this movie more than I did in the first one. Like, I think she kind of stole the show. But the Charlie character's fucking weak. I don't care about Charlie. We cared about Billy Loomis. We cared more about fucking Scream 2 where it's Billy Loomis's mom.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe because they did more with her or something. Or maybe, I cared more about 3 when it was the fucking weird brother.
Who was Charlie?
Charlie was the killer in 5 with the little girlfriend.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then the killers, surprise, surprise, are the dad and the sister and brother.
If we don't care about the main one, we're not give a fuck about the family. Like that's what we're missing here is make us give a shit. You brought back the kills were awesome. You brought back the fake jump scare and then the real jump scare. I didn't jump, but I see where it was placed. We need more of that shit.
The one scene where I can say my heart was pumping a little bit was when they were being attacked in the apartment, like the was it Annika and the sister, and they had to go out on the ladder.
Oh yeah. Cool scene.
That was good because if that was me, I'd be like, fuck it, I'm dealing with ghosts and going on a rickety ladder. And I felt bad that Annika, they had to kill the hot lesbian girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I felt like the twins, I really liked them. I really did not like. I mean, Jenna Ortega's character was a bitch in this movie.
Yeah,
You know.
but you can understand why. So it's not like it was written wrong, you know what I mean? And the two sisters fighting kind of added to the movie.
Yeah. But why are we using Billy as a force ghost?
You know what though? I'm still cool with
I don't
that.
know. I don't. Man, her speaking of like, her therapist really went out. Like that was cool how he died,
Oh
you know.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I did like that. I liked how they were trying to pin it on her.
Yes.
Like she was the mastermind of that was a cool concept where they were trying to blame how she went from a hero in
And she
part
was ready to fight a bitch. I was like,
five.
okay, Sam, let's go.
And she looks like when I look at her, she looks more Middle Eastern,
Yeah.
but she is Spanish because she got her start making like Spanish movies, but she looks more Middle Eastern. And that's why, like, when I look at them trying to be sisters, she looks more Middle Eastern than like Jenna Ortega's Spanish.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't see them as sisters. But you know what? It held its own
But
without
different
Neve
dads,
Campbell.
so it kind of works.
True, true. And you don't see their mom.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be something though.
Maybe that's Scream 7 killer.
Yeah.
You ruined my thing by finding out Billy Loomis and I had sex.
I liked. I mean, it carried on without Neve Campbell.
Oh, let's talk about that because actually, Brian Copen did want to mention something about that because
Okay.
he was just on. I just did a show about the Haunted Mansion for Haunt History,
Are you cheating on me? You're on another podcast.
my podcast.
Oh, okay.
All right, so the fact that Scream 5 made 24 million on its opening weekend, then they dropped the main protagonist of the series forever because she wasn't happy with her compensation for the sixth installment. Cool. And then the sixth movie has double the money opening weekend of the last. So, kind of proves stars are really expendable.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, I mean, double.
Yeah.
This was a
And it
little
could-
faster movie than 5.
Really, I felt the pacing was so goddamn slow.
Watch 5 again.
Well, I watched it on Saturday, and
So did I. I thought 6 was just... Maybe the scenes were just better.
Well, it was longer, too. It was over 2 hours. It was
Oh,
like 2 hours.
I know you're old now and can't handle the 2-hour movie.
Well, thankfully, my I had to pace myself because I got like a big gulp soda.
Oh, okay.
But I was out of the popcorn within 10 minutes.
Wow. Yeah,
got the
we got there too early and their theater wasn't ready yet, so I'm sitting by the gumball machines just eating the fucking popcorn.
And you know what? The movie could have done without Gail Weathers.
It could have, but she added some comedy to it. So
She did. Like,
I
the
wasn't mad
chemistry with
she's
her
there.
and Kirby, and when Jenna Ortega knocked her out.
Oh, she hooked her ass. It's like,
That
damn.
was great. Sarah goes to hit her, she like misses, and then bow, little
Oh.
Jenna Ortega comes out of nowhere. But yeah, that scene, like in her apartment, her poor man,
Yeah.
And I'm glad it was a guy that killed her and not another girl.
Yeah.
Yes. Like I said, I can't picture a 5 foot nothing killing Dewey like that.
Right. And that's not what happened on screen, so I don't even know. Not one of the Ghostface on screen equal the size of the girl in 5 or the daughter in 6. So
Or even the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Gail's boyfriend. He was a big dude.
yeah. I don't know.
He's got a name on IMDb, a character name, but I don't even think they gave him a name in the movie.
Probably
He was
did.
expendable.
Who's that dude?
But yeah, Gail, definitely held herself, and I was getting a little, tension when she was trying to get open the gun safe and it wasn't working.
Yeah.
But-
That's what I like to Scream Street because they do build tension. You do get the jump scare. You get some fucking hardcore stabbing from Ghostface and from little
from
Loomis.
Sarah. Yeah. Well, I think that's the new thing now in horror movies. I think Terrifier paved the way as far as being a little bit more brutal. So
Yeah.
let's jump on the Terrifier train. Per
Hey,
se.
if it but I'm cool with that. I don't care either way. but we need to continue. Like now we're invested in the core four. You need to invest us in a killer. That's the only way you're going to keep this moving.
I'm saying Scream 7, Stu.
Still, yeah.
I
He would
want
do
that-
it. He would do it in a
he would do it in
minute.
a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And there's no reason because they even brought his name up in the movie, I believe.
Yep.
Like, real quickly.
They did.
And I like that they use the TV, you know?
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I liked when Sarah, like, you know, she put on the outfit and everything. It was like a knight putting on their armor or something, you know, passing the torch or
Interesting
whatever.
ending when she drops the mask, though, because I was like, she's looking at that mask kind of weird.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Well, they kind of did the same thing, like in Friday the 13th Part 5.
Yeah, where
when, you know,
he's looking at the mask.
yeah. But you know, I think we're going to be on the Scream train for a while. Like,
Well, Hunt
when
Valley
Scream-
Monster Mania is already they got
who they announced? If I know David Arquette, Marley Shelton.
those two so
Anyone else?
far, but you know what's coming.
Yeah, dude, can you imagine if Jenna Ortega went?
I might go. I'm really loving Jenna Ortega, like everything now.
Yeah, she's a little cutie, you know.
Did you see her Saturday Night Live skit about ridiculousness?
No,
Dude, find it on YouTube. It's so funny.
Is she parodying that horrible white rapper, the one that has that awful laugh?
No, she's
Okay.
parodying a guest who's like really fucked up, but it's
Okay.
entertaining. You gotta watch it.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch the whole because I want to watch the Travis Kelce one too. So I gotta watch the last couple episodes. Of
Oh
Saturday
yeah,
Night Live.
Irene did watch that one. I was like, oh, have fun with that one. So yeah, maybe we'll pop that one in because Peacock. Cool thing about Peacock, they have like all 50.
I know. Could you imagine trying to catch up with that?
You'd be there forever.
How? So you figure 50 times 52.
Well, I wouldn't say 52. I think they do a regular maybe 24 to 30 episodes.
We'll say
but
30.
still.
Let's see. A little math for the podcast out there. 50 years times, we'll say 35. Whatever.
Okay.
That's 1,750 episodes.
That's it. You could probably do it.
You could do it.
one season a week or something like that if you really pump it out.
And there's probably no commercials on the old ones. They probably just boom, boom, boom.
I don't think actually. Yeah, you're right. I don't think there is any commercials. So getting back to Scream. Okay, so Scream 5 revitalized the franchise because I think 4 was very stale, and it took like 10 years for a sequel to come out. And so I think everyone's jumping on the Scream bandwagon, especially the cosplayers. And the one thing, like, hey, you cosplay, that's really cool, but the ghost face looks the same in every movie.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. But you know, people going crazy over the popcorn ghost face. Like,
it's this big. What are you gonna fit 12 pieces of popcorn in that fucking thing for $20?
I mean, I would get like a NECA or Sideshow. Actually, the Sideshow ghost face looks really cool.
Yeah.
So, and it's at a good price.
That's
Like,
the one that has like the sparkles in the robe, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we're going to be on a Scream train for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if we get about 3 more.
Yeah, it's possible.
And then, you know, I would say Scream 7, Gail's got to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we'll see.
So on a scale of 1 to 5, you rated it.
I'm at a 3 because I had fun.
I'm gonna give it a 3 too.
I wasn't feeling
good.
drowsy because I will fall asleep in a theater for real.
Oh, I've done it before myself. Like I said, when Kirby came on screen, I was wide awake.
But this kept my attention. I was interested in where the story was going.
The third act was
up
just
until
where
the
it
third
lost
act.
me. Yeah. Like I said, Dermot Mulroney, he's a great actor, but anyone that goes after my family, I just kill. Like, get out of here.
And you're not going to get the new fans with this.
Mm-mm.
That's what's I find weird is like what I liked were the tropes we talked about that linked it to other horrors. The kids don't know about that shit.
Yeah.
So with these weak generic killers, like you need to find something.
Right. Yeah. I'm interested to see what Jenna Ortega, like, is let's see. Let me pull her thing up real quick and see what she's got on her slate. I'm just feeling she's gonna get typecast.
I'm fine. I think she'd be fine with that too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, on her IMDb, she doesn't have anything in the works after Scream 6. I mean, obviously, we'll get the second season of Wednesday,
Yeah.
and apparently, there was
Well, she said she wanted to cut some of the romance out and make it more horror,
yeah, yeah,
which would work.
yeah. Well, speaking of like horror and everything, I forgot to mention in the beginning, Jamie Lee Curtis, the original Scream Queen, won Best Supporting Actress. Kudos to her for that. And it was really cool that she did like give a shout out to. I didn't watch the Oscars at all. I haven't watched them in probably 10 years. But she did give a shout out to all like the ladies in horror. Like,
She said
she did.
genre.
She's a genre.
Okay. Just say fucking horror. Stop being a chicken shit.
I was talking to someone that had met her on a couple occasions for like signings and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've heard how not nice she is.
No, I'm sure.
And like the person met her at like Halloween 20 years later or 25 anniversary. But when she was going for regular signings for like her books, she wouldn't sign anything but her book. And she would cause like a conniption fit. Someone wanted her to sign The Fog. I don't know if it was a DVD.
Yeah.
And she pushed it back and she's like, I wasn't in this. And the person pushed it back. Yes, you were. But like
it takes less than 20 seconds. Just put your fucking name on it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, I'll never understand that, man.
But at least she doesn't forget where she came from, unlike other actors who get their big breaks in a horror movie, which was a B movie at the time. But for 44 years now, like Kevin Bacon, I'm gonna call you out.
Fuck Kevin Bacon. I don't even. What big break? He wasn't in anything fucking legendary.
What?
What was he in?
Okay. Footloose.
Fuck.
Come on.
A movie where you can't dance in town? Shut up.
Okay, so Friday. I'm gonna bring up some Kevin Bacon.
Friday doesn't count.
Friday 13 doesn't count.
He doesn't. He doesn't count himself as a part of that.
But you see his bacon bits.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna bring his.
I'm just saying, Kevin Bacon is not as big as everyone makes him out to fucking be.
He's been in some good stuff. Come on. Hold on. Tremors. Come on. What about Tremors?
Really?
You didn't like Tremors?
It was okay. I don't go out.
I really wanted to do the TV show, and
I don't go out of my way to watch Tremors.
I mean, I'll watch it if there's like nothing on. All right, let's see what he's been in. Okay, hold on. Let me go all the way down. Okay, come on. He was in National Lampoon's Animal House.
So was a lot of people.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, we talked about Footloose. Quicksilver, where he was a bike messenger, and then they went on a bike race.
No.
Whitewater Summer.
No.
Have you ever seen that one?
No.
He was good in that, though.
Okay, he could be good. That's fine. But what I'm saying is, he is not the fucking star he thinks he is.
Flatliners.
It was okay.
Okay. JFK.
JFK was a great movie.
Few Good Men.
Good movie.
Okay.
He was good in that.
The Air Up There.
Eh.
Let me see. Murder in First was a good one. I really guess anything like historical, plus it had to do with Alcatraz. I really like. Sleepers was a good freaking movie. You can't deny that.
Sleepers was good.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here. Wild Things.
No.
I remember when that came out. Denise Richards.
That was for other reasons and not Kevin fucking Bacon.
Stir of Echoes.
Eh.
Okay. How about Hollow Man?
It was okay. My thing is, like, everyone's like, oh, before Kevin Bacon blew up. How did he blow up? Nobody was like, we got Kevin Bacon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he's Tom fucking Cruise or Ben Affleck or Brad Pitt. Like, he's just fucking Kevin Bacon.
Speaking of Ben Affleck, that movie about the Jordans
I want to
looks
see
really
that.
good.
I know.
That looks really good, and I like that it's really focused on his mom and dad.
Yes.
You know, so that'd be interesting. So that's called, I think, just called Air, and
Air,
it's
yeah.
Ben
What?
Affleck, I think, is like the owner or CEO of
Yep.
Nike, and
Matt Damon's the scout or
yeah,
designer saying, we'll just make a fucking shoe about him.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then
that
Ben
looks
Affleck
really
thinks
good.
he's fucking nuts.
Yeah. So that's looks really good. I'm not a shoe person by any means. I
No, but
don't.
you got to give respect to what Jordan was and that brand that's still going today.
Oh yeah, and it's ridiculous. Like I was watching a TikTok video. I guess there's like shoe
Oh,
conventions,
dude, they're sneakerheads. They're fucking nuts.
and like this guy paid, oh god, like $60,000 for a pair of
Uh
shoes.
huh.
I'm just like, okay, you know.
They'll
I mean, if I
retain
had
its
the money,
value, though, too, though. I
yeah. I
mean,
mean, if I had the money, I'd probably do something similar, and for a prop or something. But yeah, so overall, Scream 6, I would give it the same rating as you did. I'm not a big Scream fan. Like, I do have the movies that are in my collection. I'm a completist, but give us something where we like in Scream 1 and 2 with the reveal of the killers, you're like, whoa.
even three,
After
even
that,
three, a little bit.
even
Like you
part
didn't,
3,
you didn't
yeah.
care that much about them, but it was
Yeah.
like, really? They kind of like threw you on end. 4 did the same fucking thing too. I was not expecting the
Yeah.
ending in 4. I would have expected 3 more than I did
No,
4.
and you know what? And Emma Roberts played a good psycho.
I
too.
fucking love Emma
So,
Roberts.
in 4.
That she does. She's not enough. I think she needs to go in more.
And that's Eric Roberts' daughter. So I'm going to ask him how, when I go next Saturday, how's Emma?
It's Julia Roberts' niece too, right?
Yeah, Eric
Yeah.
Roberts and Julia,
Oh, are
brother
they?
and
I
sister.
had no
Yeah,
idea.
but he's like the redheaded stepchild of, he's got 750 movie credits, so he does anything for a buck.
Yeah. Well,
So, another trailer with the movie Renfield. I'm all in. I want to see it. I want to see it.
yeah.
Is this? It's going to be like balls to the wall.
Will it though? I mean, if I get a little feeling of wokeness coming through.
How he eats. Yeah, I like how he eats the bug and gets powers.
Yeah, that's funny. It's got a chance to be really funny.
Speaking of balls to walls, before we close out, I watched Cocaine Bear last night.
Okay, how was that?
Fun.
Fun.
It was fun.
That's what I keep hearing.
But for a movie about a cocaine bear, the bear's really not in it that much.
Yeah.
Like, it's really focused on two guys that work for Ray Liotta to go and get the drugs that were kicked off of the plane as the plane was crashing. And man, that the bear of the coke cracked me up. And there was one scene where the bear falls on top of the guy because she passes out because she's high. And they're talking like, we gotta get the bear off. We gotta get him off of whatever. And he's like, it's not a male. And he's like, how do you know? Her vagina's on my ear.
That had it was Ice Cube's kid.
He's looking more O'Shea Jackson.
Yeah, O'Shea.
He's looking more and more like his father.
Yeah, he's a good actor. I like him.
He is. I loved NWA.
Oh,
I
dude,
loved NWA.
I it's one of the few movies I own on Amazon because I want to be able to watch it wherever I am.
Yeah, he was pretty much the star of the movie.
Yeah.
He was like the main actor. Kerry Russell played the mom looking for the daughter because the daughter and her were supposed to go to the woods to paint something, and she's got a new boyfriend. The woman who played the ranger, she's always like a character actor. She was funny as hell. And then the guy that was in Modern Family, he was one of the gay couple, Jesse and Tyler Ferguson. He is like almost unrecognizable.
Wow,
in this film.
That's awesome.
Yeah, his character was funny too, and it was gory, say the least. But yeah, it was sad that it was Ray Liotta's last film. Yeah. But the soundtrack was great because it takes place in the 80s, and they did leave it open for a sequel.
Of course they
Definitely.
did. Of course she did. Did you see the two other trailers that were not horror related that I'm interested in?
Oh, the Jennifer Lawrence one?
Yes.
That
She
looks
had me fucking dying in the theater.
yeah, it kind of reminds me of like almost like a Pretty Woman but reverse in a way.
It kind of reminded me of like License to Drive, where like they're two awkward dudes trying to hook up
Yes.
with But that shit looked funny, and it looked funny as hell. I think it'll be corny, but it might be funny. That Mama
Oh,
Mafia,
Mama Mafia.
Yeah.
I like Toni Collette.
Yeah.
I like Toni Collette.
but there's some fucking funny shit in that trailer too.
Yeah, I'll wait till like it comes
Yeah,
out
I
on
won't
DVD
go
to
see
watch
that.
it.
Those two,
And
but
they did open it up with the Boogeyman. Did you see
Boogeyman.
that one?
Yeah, why am I not remembering it though?
Um,
Who's in that?
I don't think anyone really big, but I believe Stephen King had something to do with that. Because originally it was going to go on Hulu. Let's see, the Boogeyman.
Damn, we didn't get one viewer on Twitch.
Damn. Oh, it's 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah, we did it early.
No one, no one big.
Yeah, that's probably why it's not. And then they had the same trailer that we've been watching for Evil Dead.
Oh, I didn't get the Evil Dead trailer.
I had it.
Okay. Well, that's getting like really great reviews. South by Southwest. It's getting really good reviews. So who knows?
It's kind of like it's a possession house movie, so I'm kind of into it.
Yeah.
I like possessions. I like haunted houses, so
Yeah, for sure.
we'll see.
All right.
All right, bro. You got anything else to add?
That's it until next time.
But with Scream, I'd say see it because it was still fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you can leave like after like
Once
maybe,
Kirby
like,
starts
after-
talking about horror to the twin, then you can get out.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This has been the Horror Shed Podcast. We will see you next Monday. Goodbye.